morning, friends, and welcome to Palm Springs Stadium here in Palm Springs, California, alongside Sam Walters. I'm Steve Granado. It's a pleasure, as always, to be with you here on this fine Tuesday morning in June as the Grizzly and Colonials are set to square off here today. Max Mattern on the hill for the Colonials. The right-hander set. Let's play a little baseball here. 3-game schedule here on this Tuesday. Pitches up and away. Are we officially underway here at 9:03 a.m. here at game's first pitch with tons of cloud coverage today. It is 92 degrees. 1 ball, no strikes. This is Hayden Huff leading things off for the Grizzly. The righty Mattern comes home again and once again hits that same spot. 2 balls and no strikes. Hayden Huff, Jude Luttrell, and Mark Kirkland due up here in the first inning. Anything further, Antonio Cruz, J.R. Freathy, and Jason Duran. Bottom part of the order goes Irvin Bounds, Connor Hennings, Alex Carrillo, and Landon White. 2 balls and no strikes. Here it comes. Upstairs once more. 3 balls and no strikes. Grizzly enter today still searching for their first win of the season. 0-3 to begin the year. Colonials 1-2. Entering today here in both of their 4th games played. 3-0 on its way to Huff. And once more, a lot of upstairs here for Max Mattern to begin the day. Leadoff walk on 4 pitches. What's the defense looking like, Sam?
The Colonials are running out a lineup that looks like this, and the outfield from left to right, Avery Pascucci is out in left, Matthew Cruz manning center today, and Hunter Graham out in right. Burke Steifman is the 3rd baseman, Tyler Smith at shortstop, Philip Guerrero is at 2nd baseman today, and Devin Waljakowski will be at 1st. Behind the plate is Alex Nguyen. You got Max Mattern on the mound.
Jude Luttrell, the left-handed center fielder, coming to the plate now with a runner aboard at first. First pitch. And once more high. Lots upstairs right now for Max Mattern. That's 5 straight to open up the day. It is one of the coolest days, last 2 as a matter of fact, since we've been here. The 1-0. 2 balls and no strikes. Got to go talk to him here at some point. Just not finishing right now. 6 straight upstairs, all of them.
Yeah, I kind of noticed in the warm-up pitches he hadn't been following through all the way on that fastball. It's starting to get at him now.
He hasn't thrown anything but the heater thus far. 2 balls and no strikes on Luttrell. There you go. Got it on the inside corner. 2-1. Already going down to stretch into the bullpen. Very quick here in the first inning. Got a couple guys walking down to start playing catch right now for the Colonials. 3 balls and 1 strike. Max Mattern out of OCC, Orange Coast College. Highly touted IMG Academy out in Florida. Merritt Island, Florida native is he. 6'2", 198, just shy of 200. It's back-to-back walks. 8 of 9 out of the zone here to begin the day for Mattern. This is the 2nd time this season that Mattern has pitched. It's his 2nd start. Last time went just an inning and faced 8 batters, giving up 2 earned on a hit, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Mark Kirkland set to be the batter here to try and do some damage early on here in the first. Just underway, top 1, 2 on, nobody out, and a 0-0 ball game in front of us. Mark Kirkland out of Redlands, California. Goes to the University of Redlands and went to Redlands East Valley High School.
All over there.
Yeah, I think you know where he's from. Big spot here, 1st and 2nd. Nobody out, trying to hop on the board first. Outside with this one, it runs. 1 ball and no strikes. Just 14 games played in this year, to the tune of a 305 average, however. Kirkland entering today is 1 for his first 4. 6 plate appearances. Heads up. 2 balls and no strikes. Warming up for the Colonials, Colton Wolfing. I mentioned that it's one of the cooler days here, especially in the morning, and one of the main reasons is because the cloud coverage today, something that we haven't had here. The cloud coverage makes it significantly cooler without the sun beating down.
Otherwise, we're just covering our eyes with the mist.
Yeah. Yeah, the misters aren't even on right now. That's a first. There's a strike, 2-1. The ballpark is fitted with misters sprinkled, quite literally, throughout the grandstands here at Palm Springs Stadium. This is the first time we've had game action without them on. Two one to Kirkland. Took something off of it, and it's 2-2. First 2-strike count here for Max Mattern, looking to put away the first out in the inning. Huff at second, Luttrell at first. Nobody out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Coming home. Breaking ball sat down and punched out of play. Kirkland, big kid, 6'5", 235. One of the bigger dudes we got in the league this year. I believe the biggest is 6'7", no? Justice Lucas?
I believe that must be the biggest.
Another 2-2 misses downstairs. Good eye from Kirkland. Runs the count full here. I wouldn't be too surprised to see the Grizzlies take off here.
No, they definitely need it.
I think they might go here. 3-2 and nobody out.
I think he's going to try that fastball. He caught up to the breaking pitch.
They don't go. Inside and down, that's 3 straight walks for Max Mattern. And the bases are loaded here for Antonio Cruz. Got a feel for Max Mattern right now, just can't consistently find the strike zone.
It spells early trouble here for the Colonials.
That's 12 of 15 out of the zone to begin the day. Wolfing should be ready here in about a batter or so. 1-0 here on Antonio Cruz, the right fielder, batting with the bases juiced and nobody out. If you're Antonio Cruz right here, you are as patient can be. High, 2-0.
Yeah, you got to make him come to you right here.
You got to make him come to you 2-3 times.
Yeah.
You don't ever want to bail out a pitcher, ever.
Nope.
I think the one thing to keep in mind as a hitter here is always going, he's the one in trouble, not me.
He's the one that has to get me out.
Yeah. It's his job to get me, not my job to get him. On the edge for a strike call, 2-1. So again, if I'm Antonio Cruz, I'm looking BP fastball only right here.
Yeah. You want something you can recognize? If you throw something past you that's got a spin you can't quite pick up, I don't see anything wrong with that. You lay off.
Yeah, you get that 180 mile an hour down the gut.
I believe they call that a tater.
Yeah. Call it a meatball.
Yeah. I can go for some meatballs and taters right now.
It's 9 a.m. Outside and down with this one, 3-1. Again, one pitch, one spot, meatball, tater, whatever you want to call it. And take it like a derby swing. Big pitch here, 3-1. Not near the strike zone. That's 4 straight walks. Antonio Cruz draws home a run with the bases juiced free pass, and it's 1-0 Grizzly. That'll Warren, a mound visit and a pitching change. You got a feel for Max Mattern here today. Just could not find the strike zone. Ends up throwing 20 pitches, 16 of them out of the zone, and it spells an early end to his day, and it's back to the drawing board. We're got a feel for him right here. That'll wrap up his day. Doesn't record an out, goes 4 walks and 1 earned run, and still 3 on the base paths for him. New pitcher into the ball game. Colton Wolfing will take over. We'll tell you about him when we come back. 1-0 Grizzly. We're in the first. Colton Wolfing trying to clean up the mess here in the first inning with the bases loaded and still nobody out. He'll find the strike zone on J.R. Freathy to begin the at-bat. And it's 0-1, the first 0-1 count we've seen here in the early going. Runners everywhere. Latrell at third, Kirkland at second, Cruz aboard at first. Still nobody out here in the inning. 1-0 Grizzly. The 0-1 pitch from Wolfing outside off the plate. And it's 1-1. Colton Wolfing out of Jesuit High School. Same as the first baseman of choice today, Devin Wolchakowski. The 1-1 in the air to left center field, tailing away from Cruz. He's not going to get there. This is going to clear the bases, go all the way to the track. Here comes 3 to the plate. Relay is going to be coming to the home, and the throw is going to be offline and a little bit late. 3-run double for J.R. Freathy, and the Grizzly up big here in the first. It's 4-zip.
Yeah, that spelled trouble from the start. You never want to see a guy in the left-hand batter's box take that one to left center. That might as well be called Triples Alley here in Palm Springs.
Lots of outfield space here, especially in those aforementioned alleyways.
Big time.
So all those runs, by the way, charged to Max Mattern, all of them earned at this point. That's the first hit of the day, 3-run double to bring up Jason Duran. That was a closer play at the plate than I thought. Here's a flip job to right by Duran. Ball picked up by Graham. They will hold the runner at third, and that's the right move. So a single by Duran, and now they got him on the corners for Irvin Bounds with still nobody out. Bounds the catcher here today. 4-0 Grizzly. We're in the first. By the way, for J.R. Freathy, that is his first 3 RBIs of the year and his first hit of the year. Good way to start. Here's a flip job foul, first base side. I think you'll take that. 3-run double, bases clearing style.
Yeah, big hit is always going to be what you're going to first. I mean,
yeah, you'll take it.
If that's your first one of the season, you will take it.
Yeah, it's a good momentum pusher for you.
Yeah.
This is the 7th batter of the inning. 0-1, chop third base side, rolls foul. Freathy at third, Duran at first. Still nobody out here in the inning. Runner gets a massive jump off first. Now they'll try and get him in a rundown. They will do so. You got to go to the plate here. There he goes. Now he takes off. Throw to the home, and they got him out at home. They'll throw down to second, but not in time. J.R. Freathy's got to get a bigger lead than that. Duran is doing that for a reason. It's to try and get that run to the plate. Freathy was very timid off of third base, and we talk a lot about learning moments. That's one of them for Freathy. You got to get a bigger lead. You got to get an extra 2.5 strides. He wasn't creeping much off of third. He was staying put, waiting for the throw. As soon as you see the pitcher turn around, that's when you start taking your lead. But again, another learning moment. The caught stealing will end up going, I got to figure that one out. Pitch is in the dirt here on Duran. Okay, memory. It went 1, 3, 4, 3, 2. No, 1, 3, 4, 2.
Yep.
So Irvin Bounds now with a runner aboard at second base. That is a stolen bag for Duran, by the way. He'll take one on the outside corner, called strike 3. That is the second out of the inning. First punch out for the Colonials pitching staff. Brings up Connor Hennings. That's one of those situations, too, where you don't get a ton of opportunities to work on.
Right.
But especially here in the first inning, that's exactly when you want to try and pull something off like that. Here's a smoker foul. But again, if you are Freathy, you are the Grizzly coaching staff, you're the Power coaching staff, you go up to them, go, okay, this is why this didn't work. You got to get that bigger lead. It's the utmost crucial if you're trying to scratch and claw that run home. Heads up. 0-2.
Yeah, we often start to see things sour on the base paths and in the intentional pickle. Didn't seem like Freathy was so committed, but Doran at first had such a huge lead off. I mean, you got to be able to take advantage. You've struck for 4, but you can always use those.
You can always
those
use
free
another.
ones.
You'll always take another one. 2 strikes on Hennings. Skied to center field. Cruz has an eye on it. He'll take charge and head back to the dugout. Big inning for the Grizzly. They plate 4. All 4 walks in the frame. Come across to score on a big 3-run double from J.R. Freathy to the bottom of 1. Colonials looking up at 4. Daishin Tanaka has been gifted a 4-run lead before he even steps onto the mound. He'll face off with Tyler Smith, Philip Guerrero, and Devin Walchikowski here in the first inning as Tanaka comes home and hits the first batter. So Smith will take first. Four-run first inning on 2 hits, 4 walks. And 1 left on for the Grizzly in the top half of the inning. Brings up Philip Guerrero now with a runner aboard on 1 pitch. Be the first time they send Tanaka to the hill this season. Down and in, 1 ball, no strikes here on Philip Guerrero. Tanaka out of Riverside Community College, 6 foot 180 is the right-hander. Again, making his PSCL debut this year. Breaking ball high and tight, 2 balls, no strikes. Daishin, that's D-A-I-S-H-I-N, Daishin. There you go, 2-1. Grizzly here in their green tops, white bottoms. For the home serving Colonials, the red tops and white bottoms. The Grizzly green, I guess.
It's pretty festive.
Thanks. We're almost halfway to Christmas, right?
Something like that.
Strike called, it's 2-2. It's June 25th, right? Is the actual halfway to Christmas? Is that like... I always forget if it's June or July. I guess
Not
it
a
would
big
be
half guy. No half birthdays, no half Christmas.
well, yeah, there goes a big jump off towards second. Throw there is going to be in time. Tyler Smith got greedy, and Tanaka stepped off the rubber nicely to get him out at second. Goes 1-4 on the putout. The count's still 2-2 on Guerrero. I'm not a half guy either. That's why I'm asking the questions. So 2-2 on Guerrero. Coming home now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. That one's smothered in the dirt by Bounds. We'll set the Grizzly defense here shortly. Philip Guerrero 2 for his first 6 this year. Make that 2 of 7. Strike 3 on the high heater. Down goes Guerrero. There's 2 down. Defensively now for the green.
In the outfield for the Grizzly from left to right is Connor Hennings out in left and Jude Luttrell in center. Antonio Cruz manning right today. From third to first is Jason Doran at the hot corner. Hayden Huff at short. Got Alex Carrillo manning second base and Mark Kirkland at first. Behind the plate is Irvin Bounds about to get the pitch from Tanaka.
Devin Walchikowski to the plate, Jesuit High School product. Comes up here with the bases empty and 2 away. Looking for the shutdown frame. Tanaka, little slide piece high and tight. 1 ball and no strikes. He's going to that very early here. Again, this is the first time we get a chance to see Tanaka. Four to nothing Grizzly. We're in the bottom of 2. There it is for a strike. Bread and butter, it seems to be. 1-1.
Yeah, not afraid to go front door with it either.
That's pretty much all he's gone with it.
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't think he's gone on the outside edge just yet with that pitch. He's very tight to right-handers thus far, the first 3 in the lineup. Came back and smacked him in the lid. That's the second hit batter of the inning. Looks like Walchikowski's going to be okay. He'll run for himself at first. I think he caught him part on the bottom part of the ear flap there.
Yeah, those ones that get away, they don't hurt too bad unless you're naturally pumping 95 or above. It's just, a nuisance at this point. Glad to see Wachikowski's okay.
Doesn't take much, though.
Does not.
Upstairs and in, 1 ball, no strikes. That's why we wear helmets. Because otherwise, you might say up here, Sam, it don't hurt, but why don't you go down there? I got a ball for you. Swing and a miss here by Matt Anderson, the extra hitter today. After him, it's Matt Cruz, Avery Pascucci. In the bottom part of the order is Jonas Dias, Alex Nguyen, Burke Steifman, and Hunter Graham. Spoiled foul for strike 2. 9:30 a.m. here. We're still in the first inning. Ball game's about a half hour old or so, about 27 minutes to be exact. Just here in this first. It's part of a 8-batter first inning. And that's the thing right there, too, Sam, is you've seen a guy hit 2 guys, especially the one in front of you, get hit in the lid. That's when you go, man, I'm getting out of here.
They're hanging in there pretty okay. Just, I got to imagine they're looking fastball right here. He was.
He was. He got it. Fouled it back. Still 2 strikes. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two, another foul ball. Good battle here for Matt Anderson. Didn't chase it. Tried to bury it. That's the first time we've seen the slider go down and out to a right-hander from Tanaka.
That was a good time to try it.
Full count runner will take off. 2 outs in the inning. Sun's starting to peek through here today for the first time on this Tuesday morning. Got him. Fastball outside. Anderson down on strikes. And how about a mishmash here of a first inning? 2 hit batters, 2 strikeouts, a pickoff, 4 walks to begin the game, a 3-run double, a little bit of everything here. 4-0. We go to the second. Grizzlies on top. To the top of the second we go. Dueling 25s. Colton Wolfing versus Daishin Tanaka. As Alex Carrillo steps into the batter's box to face off with Wolfing for the first time. Downstairs and in, 1 ball and no strikes. 4 runs plated in the first for the Grizzly. gives the Green a 4-0 lead here after 1. Alongside Sam Walters, I'm Steve Granato. Next one to Carrillo, finds the outside edge to even up the count 1-1. This is game 1 of our 3-game schedule today. A little bit later here this morning, Bombers and Chills set to square off at 11:30, and it all wraps up tonight with the East LA Dodgers and the Palm Springs Power at 7:05. Bouncing ball back towards second base. Over there to make the grab is Guerrero, and there's the first out of the second inning. Back to Power Baseball tonight, first time in a while.
Love to see it. Can't wait to see you if you make it out to the ballpark.
Absolutely. Tickets still available. Love to see you out here today, tonight. Landon White, the last batter in the lineup for the Grizzly to make his way to the plate. He skies one out to left field. Moving back on it is Pascucci, who has a beat 1 pitch for the second out. .350 either lines, 400 dead central. That ball made it about 280, 290.
Need one of those golf range finders. See exactly where a guy is.
Give me StatCast. Back to the top. This is Hayden Huff. He took 4 straight out of the zone to begin the day. He will take his first strike of the day, and it's 0-1. 4-0 Grizzly. We're in the top of the second. 2 outs, bases empty. 0-1. Wolfing working here with 1 punch out today. He'll find the outside edge for strike 2, and it's quickly 0-2 on Hayden Huff. In the dirt, didn't bite on that one. Hayden Huff still is not taking the bat off his shoulders today. He's seen 7 pitches in 2 plate appearances. Huff out of Hawaii Pacific University will take a called strike 3 on the upper echelon of the strike zone to get him looking. Second punch out for Colton Wolfing, and he has himself a 1-2-3 second. Nothing doing for the Green. We go to the bottom of 2. The Colonials batting now with a 4-0 deficit in front of them. The uphill climb continues for the Colonials, who find themselves in the cellar by 4 runs. Matt Cruz will lead things off here against the new pitcher Diego Avina as the right-hander comes home and misses high, 1-0. Final line for Daishin Tanaka, an inning of work, nothing but 2 hit batters and 2 strikeouts. Diego Avina, right-handed arm out of Vanguard University. Ooh. 1 ball, 1 strike. I don't know about that one. Neither does Matt Cruz, who comes back into the box. A little bit of a gift on the inside edge. And that makes him swing on that one. Throw to first is in time. That's the downside of a call like that, is now Cruz has to swing at anything on the inside part of the plate. So that's what he did, and it makes him ground out 5-3.
Yeah, it's never the best feeling in the box when you know you're already cornered, facing off against any pitcher. Having to recognize this guy, you're facing Avina for the first time this season, starting to recognize, and then you're also getting hit with tough calls, especially in your wheelhouse. That's, it's tough to deal with straight off as leadoff batter.
Upstairs to Avery Pascucci. 1 ball, no strikes. Base is empty, 1 out. Colonials still searching for their first hit of the day. 4-0 Grizzly. Came back inside 2-0. Salmon takes, I think it's like, I physically have to stop myself from saying Grizzlies.
Yeah, it's a bit.
Throws me off a little bit, yeah.
A lot of collective names. Chill, Grizzly.
Yeah. Slider up and away. 3 balls and no strikes. Could be another one of those. Get the leadoff guy, walk the next, that we've seen so often this year. Will be. Ball 4. 4-pitch walk to get Pascucci aboard at first. Jonas Dias, the DH. Dias, a bit of a strange start to the season. He's 0 for 4 to begin the year, but he's scored 3 times. Any guesses? He's been hit by a pitch twice and has walked once, and has scored in each of those scenarios.
Makes me wish we took a look at, reached on air, things like that.
Don't have those situations.
Fielder's choice.
I beg your pardon. It's walked twice and has not been hit. I was reading one column over. So he's still searching for hit number 1. This will be his 7th plate appearance with a runner aboard at first, as the Colonials again still trail 4-0 after a 1-out walk. Off the inside part of the plate, 1 ball and no strikes here on Dias. That's DYAS. Out of American River College, 6'1", 175. He will take a strike. Jonas Dias out of Folsom High School. Just graduated. Congrats. 1-1 pitch is high and tight. Pick back first on the throw. No tag.
That could have been scary. The way that Mark Kirkland, the first baseman, received that ball, he slid back without even looking. He almost spiked Avery Pascucci at first.
Yeah, lifted his right cleat and almost stepped directly on him. You ever been spiked?
Yes.
Feels great.
Fantastic.
Uh-huh. Love metal going into my ankle. Ball gets away, so Pascucci will move on up to second base. Second wild pitch of the year for Diego Avina.
It's already seemed like he's having to labor out of the stretch. That's not great if you have to come in and, a base runner reaches against you and you aren't as comfortable out of the stretch as you are in the windup. Those are the little things that start to add up for relief pitchers especially.
3-1 slap down the right side and stolen out of the sky by Kirkland. Throw back to second, and there's a collision at the bag. The shortstop, Hayden Huff, came across and collided with Avery Pascucci, who was scrambling back to the bag.
I think not only did they collide together, but the baseball Might have gotten away from the shortstop Huff there and hit.
They're going to call out one of the trainers that we have, the medical staff on the first base side. They'll come out and check on him. It's a bang-bang opportunity. Kirkland trying to flip it to turn 2. Dias does line out, so there's 2 outs in the inning, but the bigger question at hand is, how is Avery Pascucci doing? Mark Kirkland goes over there to pat him on the back. And obviously knowing malintent there, all he's trying to do is turn 2. Yeah, I think you're right, though. I think there was one initial collision with Huff coming across the back. He was the one coming to cover. I think maybe his shin may have slapped him. Pascucci's nose is bleeding. So he's being helped off, well, not helped off of the field, but being ushered off of the field. Yeah. I think it was maybe the knee or the ball that may have clipped him upstairs. That's why he's walking off the diamond with a bloody nose. We got a runner for him to run at second base.
Looks like that's going to be. Oh, well.
Don't have that number, unfortunately. Wasn't given to us prior to the game in our scorecards, so apologize for that. Lots of players we're still managing here in the PSCL, and sometimes it slips through the cracks a little bit. So we'll get a pinch runner at second base. Alex Nguyen will come to the plate with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. And Avery Pascucci, again, checking that bloody nose. Hopefully it's just a bloody nose and nothing more. 1 ball and no strikes. Seen a lot of dangerous situations in this game already today. Always kind of reminds you sometimes how dangerous this game can be.
Absolutely.
Swing and a miss. Ball gets away. Munner moves up to third. Second wild pitch of the inning. On its way home, will find the strike zone this time on Alex Nguyen. 4-0. Grizzly leading it. Can the Colonials come across here? Looks like that's Brett Pitzer running at third. Chop towards third base. Pitzer backed up on it. They're going to go to first with the throw. And the ball skips in, so a run comes in to score. Goes a throwing error on Jason Duran. No RBI for Alex Nguyen. Goes as an E5. Pitzer comes in to score, and the Colonials are on the board here in the second. It's 4-1.
They're going to bring in a runner for the catcher and win.
That's a courtesy runner at first.
That's Rogelio Vega.
Rogelio Vega, Orange Coast College kid. Courtesy run at first. Over the plate for a strike. This is Burke Steifman, third baseman. Great name.
I agree. I was born in a county next to a Burke County.
Well, there you go.
Big affinity for Burke.
That's crazy because I grew up in Steifman County. It's not true. In the air to left center. Connor Hennings to end the inning. So Stipend flies out, a run scores on the air. That's unearned here for Diego Avina. 2 in the books to the top of the third. It's 4-1 Grizzlies from Palm Springs Stadium. We begin the top of inning number 3. It'll be Jude Luttrell to lead things off here for the Grizzly. They're still up 4-1. Back out to work, Colton Wolfing. First pitch skied out of play, 0-1. New left fielder after pinch running for Avery Pascucci. Brett Pitzer remains in left, so it looks like Pascucci's day is done. And hopefully everything shakes out to be okay, and it's only a bloody nose, no true damage. Up and away. Jude Luttrell walked. It's now 2-0 on him. He walked on a 3-1 pitch. All runs scored in this ball game got on base from a walk. Both sides. Smacked into center. And Jude Luttrell has his first hit of the day.
See, that's the thing, is that with the base on balls, you can't expect to go into a game and have a clean outing if you're giving up free passes, especially that many, 4 in a row for Mattern. Send him back to the dugout. But Wolfing here, you'll take those leadoff singles. You can work your way out of those. And especially making the guy earn it, that's the big thing when you're on the mound, especially covering a relief.
That was a chest high down the middle fastball. First offering, this is Mark Kirkland taking a strike, 0-1. Kirkland also walked and scored in the first. Just off the outside part of the plate, 1-1.
We saw that pitch maybe called when there was a righty at the plate. Against the lefty is a bit too far outside.
Pick back to first, thrown away, and that'll allow Luttrell to take second on the throwing error. He's going to round second and stop on the brakes. First error of the day for the Colonials defense. Smoked into right field, down for a base hit. We'll see if Luttrell gets the wave. He is getting the wave. The toss from Graham up the line, an RBI knock. Kirkland will head to second on an RBI single to get the run back for the Grizzly. It's 5-1. So there you go. An error plays into it here today. Otherwise, it's first and third.
First time we've seen a lefty turn on a ball that big. A lot of righties smoking them down the left field line. I haven't seen many lefties go into the box and turn one over.
Got a little off the end of the bat.
Yep.
He barrels that one up. It's into the corner and probably a triple. So it's 5-1 Grizzly. Antonio Cruz, a bases loaded walk his last time up. Runner takes off for third. Not even looking at him. Called strike. So Kirkland steals third base. Again, didn't even throw. Didn't even think about throwing.
I think that's a sign they want Wolfing just to calm down and face his batters one at a time.
Third stolen base of the year, by the way, for Mark Kirkland. Pitches inside, 1-1 on Antonio Cruz. Cruz with that bases loaded walk last time up, drove in his first run of the year. 1-1, a shot out towards right, gonna fall in. The throw will go to second base, and it's an RBI single for Antonio Cruz. Ball gets away from the infield, so Cruz will advance to second. Six to 1 Grizzly here in the third. They're en route to their first win of the year. Error will be charged to Hunter Graham on the throw from right. J.R. Freathy has the biggest noise made today with a 3-run double back in the first. 3 straight hits to open up the inning. Outside with this one, 1 ball and no strikes.
Yeah, one thing that'll definitely always put you in the driver's seat is getting those, those little mistakes, those miscues that
take advantage.
On top of the, yeah, absolutely. Being able to capitalize on those as an offense, there's nothing better.
Give him the strike. Freathy drove in 3, his first 3 RBIs of the year, all in one swing. Time is called at the plate. Looks like an equipment malfunction there for Alex Nguyen, the catcher. 4 runs in the first, now 2 runs plated here in the third. The lone run for the Colonials came in the bottom of the second. On his way to Freathy, here's a little dribbler back towards short. Scooped up by Smith, he bobbles, throws to first, sails. And so a run will come in to score, and things unraveling here today for the Colonials. They now trail it 7-1. Gotta give 2 errors on that play, on the bobble to allow him to reach, and then throwing error. And things just really unraveling here for the Colonials. What do they say, Sam? Kicking it and throwing it all over the place?
Yeah, I guess I say that.
Just 3 errors in the inning.
I believe that's actually the 4th.
In the inning?
In the inning.
Am I losing count?
There's the E1 on that throw on the pick off to first that got away.
You're right.
And
Then there's a
2
throw
on
from
that
right,
play.
and then the 2 on that play.
Yep.
You might say, why doesn't he just get 1 error on that play? Well, it's because the runner from third came in to score on the throw. The runner at first reached on the bobble. So you have to account for the runner coming home. Heads up. Duran backs away, and he's going to have to think about it for a second. 1-0.
It's a tough job, and we don't want to have to be the one.
Yeah, we're not trying to be negative here, but it's just the nature of scorekeeping. You gotta account for runners moving somehow, and you can't reasonably say that on a ground ball to short, Antonio Cruz was going to score from second. Like,
right.
You can't say that. It's just not how it works. So we're not trying to be Mr. Negative here. It's just they throw back again and got him picked off. Freathy fell asleep. So they throw back once. He gets back into the bag nonchalantly and then immediately throw it back there again. I don't think I've ever seen it turn around that quick when he had a half a step of lead.
No, Freathy just wasn't paying attention as well as he could have been. Wolfing never really even towed the rubber again.
No, he didn't.
He had no reason to do a full pickoff move.
Just playing catch.
Yeah.
Strike called here on Jason Duran. That's the first out of the inning. Time on the field. Baseball got away in the bullpen. Patrick Dixon warming up for the Colonials. 7-1 Grizzly. We're in the top of the third. 3 runs across. Bases empty, 1 out. Jason Duran a single here today. He'll take one high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Swing and a miss. 2-2. 2 strikeouts today for Colton Wolfing. Coming home. Full count. Be the 5th walk today by Colonials pitching. First by Colton Wolfing. Puts a runner aboard for Irvin Bounds. Bounds went down looking back in the first inning. Runner on first with 1 out. 7-1 Grizzly. 1-0.
You know, my hope here is that the catcher Alex Nguyen is back behind the plate calling a lot of balls low in the zone. I mean, the best thing that could build confidence here for Colton Wolfing is to get a ground ball.
Strike call, 1-1. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, errors aside, you've been barreled twice this inning on pitches that were left up high.
Yeah, you got to finish. Runner goes. 1-1, roller back towards short. Second chance for Tyler Smith. He throws on over to first. Keeps it calm and cool for the second out.
Well, there it was. You can't help the runner going. You know.
Yeah.
You induced what you needed to induce. You caught him on the weak side of the barrel.
Connor Hennings to the plate. A fly out back in the first. He's 0 for 1. Chance with a runner on second. 3 runs already plated in the frame. All Grizzly here today. Up by a touchdown. First pitch coming towards us. Coming right at us.
That was a loud one.
That hit off of, what would you call this, Sam?
This is our
metal barrier, I guess.
This is our bunker.
Grenade incoming. One's going to be skied out to center field. Matt Cruz drifting back now, takes a few steps in, and that'll end the inning. After the foul ball hit that, it knocks some dust all over my scorebook. How about that, Sam? Fly out to center ends the frame. 3 runs across on 4 errors and 3 hits. They'll leave a runner stranded at second base. We go to the top of the third. 7-1 Grizzly. Sam's got the call when we come back here from Palm Springs Stadium. 7 runs on 5 hits and 1 error for the Grizzly. 1 run on no hits still. And 4 errors for the Colonials. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Here to take you some here for next couple, Sam Walters.
Avina's first pitch breaking ball is in there for a strike against Hunter Graham. It'll be 10-1-2 up for the Colonials. Graham, the right fielder, seeing the Grizzly staff for the first time. 0-1 pitch is chopped down the third baseline, but foul. Seven runs for the Grizzly, only 5 of them earned. This ball game started with 4 straight walks to the Grizzly lineup, and they took advantage, scoring all 4. 3 of them on a 3 RBI double by J.R. Freathy. The 0-2 pitch is in the dirt. It's 1-2 now to Hunter Graham. This is a good time to have a clean inning for Diego Avina. That's confidence building right there. One-two breaking ball is a bit high. This is a good spot to try. That'll even the count 2-2. Another one in the dirt. It's 3-2 now to Hunter Graham. Graham out of Santa Rosa Junior College. .61, 175 in the right-hand batter's box. Here's the payoff. Sails high. So Hunter Graham's going to be aboard. That's the second walk allowed by Avina. And the second one overall for the Grizzly staff. That'll flip the card for Tyler Smith. He was hit by pitch. First pitch from Daishin Tanaka sailed in and hit him. Hunter Graham is in an athletic stance at first. Avina chases him back. No throw, just a look. First pitch to Smith is outside. Boy, a few more days like this would be pretty tolerable. It is a nice one this morning here in Palm Springs. Not quite as temperate as we've seen. Next pitch is high. Throw back to first is going to be a bit late. Doesn't hurt to check every once in a while. Irvin Bounds behind the plate, has a good arm. Saw him nail some runners against the Bombers here in Palm Springs Stadium a few days ago. Next pitch is in there to Tyler Smith. It's 2-1. Tyler Smith out of Motlow State Community College from Nolensville, Tennessee, my neck of the woods. Another one inside to Tyler Smith. 3 balls and 1 strike now to the shortstop. No outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. The Grizzly leading 7-1 over the Colonials. Red and white have a runner on base. That one smacked into right center field, but it's going to be caught by the right fielder, Antonio Cruz. Throw to first is going to be late, but that'll retire Tyler Smith for the first out of the 3rd inning. Pardon, that's Hunter Graham out there. So Guerrero's at the plate with 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. First pitch to him misses high. Hunter Graham still Skulking off of first base. Next pitch is in there for a strike, a throw back, late again. They'll call time to have a chat with Philip Guerrero. He struck out his first time up. That was against Tanaka. Mark Kirkland, the first baseman, is holding on Graham at first. Throw comes home. Runner goes. It's high. Throw in there is going to be in time to get Hunter Graham. Well, Irvin Bounds must have knew it was coming. He threw a strike down to second base just in time to get Hunter Graham trying to steal. So that's the second out here in the bottom of the third. At bat continues for Guerrero. He's ahead of Avina, 2-1. Next pitch, breaking ball, catches the outside part of the plate. Slowed that one down a bit. Guerrero didn't offer at it. Here's the 2-2. That one's flied out to right field. On his horse is Antonio Cruz, but he won't get there. That'll be a base hit for the second baseman, Guerrero. His first time aboard today. Haven't seen too many two-out base knocks here in the PSCL. Guys are usually getting ahead early in the count and early in the innings. But a good approach there by Philip Guerrero. Has a runner on base for the first baseman, Devin Walchikowski. First pitch to him is grounded up the middle. No one's going to get there from the infield. That'll go into center. That's another two-out base hit here for the Colonials. Second time aboard today for Walchikowski. He was hit by a pitch in the first. That'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Matt Anderson. He struck out to end the first inning. He's got two runners aboard here in the bottom of the third. First pitch, grounded up the middle. That goes to short. It's bobbled by the shortstop, Hayden Huff, and there'll be no... The throw goes to second, pardon. He was able to get Philip Guerrero. Able to get Walchikowski at second on the fielder's choice. So that's the third out here in the bottom of the third. We head to the top of the fourth. Grizzly still leading 7-1. We're in the top of the fourth, the Grizzly leading 7-1. The Colonials are sending a new right-hander on the mound. That's Patrick Dixon. After two innings of work from Colton Wolfing. Dixon, first pitch fastball to the second baseman, Alex Carrillo, is in there for a strike.
Patrick Dixon, right-hander, 6'4", 185, native of Newark, California. Went to Moreau Catholic High School. Class of 2021 will be heading off to Lakeland University.
Next pitch to Carrillo is in the dirt.
Final line on Colton Wolfing, 3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Not factoring into the decision. The pitcher of record right now is still Max Mattern.
Another pitch in there to Alex Carrillo. It's 1-2. Carrillo grounded out his first time up. One-two is poked to second base, and there to catch that liner in spirit. The second baseman Guerrero's throw to first is in time. So another 4-3 put out for Alex Carrillo. That brings up the DH, Landon White. Flew out to left field his first time up. One out here in the top of the fourth. Grizzlies trying to add more to a 6-run lead. That pitch gets away. 1-0 now to Landon White. Fastball's in there. Evens the count 1-1.
Luis Torres warming up in the bullpen right now for the Colonials. The right-hander out of Mount San Jacinto College is beginning to play catch.
Another one in the dirt. It's 2-1 to White. Colonials working with a lot of different righty arms. Another one sails outside. It's 3-1 down to Landon White. Following Dixon, if Torres ends up coming to the mound here in this game, that would be 4 straight right-handers to go up against the Grizzlies. Another one's in there. That fills the count up 3-2 to Landon White. Here's the payoff. Called on the outside corner. Froze him with the fastball. So Landon White goes down looking. That's the first strikeout here for Patrick Dixon. Only the 3rd strikeout of the day for the Colonial staff. Past the bat to Hayden Huff. Leadoff hitter has walked and struck out. First pitch to him is way outside. Dixon working from the stretch. He sets and fires. Pitch is swung on and missed. Next one's in the dirt, 2-1 to Huff. Another one outside, another 3-1 count. So Dixon worked ahead of Alex Carrillo, was able to get a ground out. He worked from behind to Landon White, ended up striking him out on the full count pitch. He's behind a Huff 3-1. That one's going to be outside. That's the 6th walk surrendered by the Colonials today. That'll bring Jude Luttrell up to the plate. He's walked and singled, scored both times. From the left-hand batter's box, working against Patrick Dixon. Here's the first pitch. Chopped foul down the third baseline. It's got some English on it, but they'll wait it out to the bag, and it never crosses. Here on the 6th day of the PSCL, they'll get a new bat for Luttrell at the plate.
6 already?
It is the 6th. Started last Thursday. Here we are on Tuesday. Or maybe I just can't count.
Math? What is that?
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We're on 6.
Thanks, Rebecca Black.
That one's in there to Luttrell. He's behind 0-2. Yep, count them up, 6 days. I just did for you. No balls and 2 strikes to Luttrell. That one's in the dirt. Wynn scrambles for it. He's able to keep the runner at first.
Last day of PSCL play, regular season, is July 10.
Okay.
11, 12, 13, 14 playoffs, with the 14th being the PSCL championship game. And then on the 14th and 16th, there's a couple PSCL versus Power scheduled games.
That should be fun.
So obviously don't know what that entails. We'll also have a couple of those earlier on July 3rd and 6th. And then the Power wrap up. This one hits him.
Yeah, the full count pitch came in and hit Jude Luttrell, so he'll head to first.
The last Power game is July 17.
Special day.
Is that your birthday?
Mm-hmm.
Turns 16?
Yep. 15, actually.
Oh, congrats. A quinceañera. We'll have one for you. Can't imagine those are big in Georgia. I imagine a Sweet 16 would be a little bit more apropos in that part of the country.
I've been to a few quinceañeras.
Okay.
I think 2 maybe.
My sister had a Sweet 16, which might sound odd.
First pitch to Mark Kirkland is in there for a called strike.
She didn't have a quinceañera. Of course, for those who don't know, I'm Mexican-American. But there's a kind of a specific reason why that she had a Sweet 16 instead, if you could maybe venture a guess.
Sails outside to Kirkland, 1-1.
She's 4 years older than me, so she would have been turning 16 in, 2004?
I can't imagine why she wouldn't have. That one runs inside to Kirkland. It's 2-1.
My Super Sweet 16 was all the rage on MTV at the time.
Oh.
So that's why she went with the Sweet 16 instead. That was one of the biggest shows at the time.
Yeah. I faintly remember that.
Okay. You would have been a real youngin'. You would have been what?
In 2004?
6?
5?
5? Math.
3 balls, 1 strike to Mark Kirkland. He's walked and singled and scored both times. That one is hammered down the right field line. It is not going to stay fair enough. That one hopped the wall.
No, Kirkland's got some pop.
Yeah, big time. Starts the mornings off in the PSCL and goes to The power for daycare.
Night care?
Night care?
Something like that.
What you get when, like, your parents are taking night classes or something. Full count pitch is smoked past the first baseman, Wojciechowski. A runner's going to come home to score. Heading to third is Jude Luttrell, so that'll be a RBI single for Mark Kirkland. Smoked 2 straight pitches in a row, and one of them made it into play.
Second RBI knock for Kirkland today. He's reached base thrice and has scored twice.
Ice in his veins.
Nice.
That makes it 8-1 here. The Grizzlies leading in the top of the 4th inning.
Scored in every inning except the second today.
Terrible twos. First pitch to Antonio Cruz is swung on.
I know you're in them right now.
Is that right?
Yeah, until you hit July 17th, right?
I guess.
Just keep getting it. You're Benjamin Buttoning on us. It's a real curious case, you know.
Mark Kirkland takes off with a big jump. He'll get in there to second sliding. Pitch was outside to Antonio Cruz.
Second stolen base of the day for Mark Kirkland.
Big speed.
Go ahead, boy. Go off.
Go off, King.
Did you really? Did you really, Sam?
We went there.
Oof. With that part, 6 days in, you're already dropping a go off, King. Come on, man.
Love to see a speedy first baseman. One swung on again by Cruz. That off speed has him reeling. That's the second time he's gone to a knee chasing that pitch. Watches that one go by. It's 2-2 now. Cruz, another one of these, the 2, 3, 4 hitters that have walked, singled, and all scored.
I didn't realize that the PSCL had wrapped up so much earlier than I anticipated. Like about 4 days. I had anticipated going all the way through the power schedule.
They'll end it a little bit early so they can have them face off against the Power a few times before this shortened season ends in mid-July. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes to Antonio Cruz. Pitch from Dixon's in the dirt. Second walk allowed by Dixon. They'll have a little powwow here.
It's going to make those last couple of days feel really long.
Yeah.
We're just sitting around waiting for the power game. Right, because we'll have the PSCL championship begin on the 14th. And then nothing on the 15th.
Wow.
Am I right? Yeah. July 15th, nothing. That's going to feel really weird.
Quite.
Or actually might head home that day. So I got a wedding the day after.
Oh, yeah.
So I won't be here on the 16th anyway. That's
right.
your call, so look forward to that one.
All the people at home.
Yeah, mark it on your calendar. Sam Walters solo style on July 16th.
That's right.
Got my old college teammate getting married.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, good for him.
Teammate doing what?
Baseball.
Oh.
College baseball. Tying the knot. Happy for him, man.
So it'll be bases loaded here with 2 outs in the top of the 4th. Freathy going into a familiar situation. He had a big 3 RBI double his last time up with the bases juiced. First pitch to him is a called strike, 0-1. Freathy also reached on an error. The 0-1 runs inside, doesn't quite clip him. Evens the count 1-1.
Yeah, this is going to feel weird on the 14th, too, because we'll have one game and then the power game at night. That's going to be weird.
Starting to wind things down there in mid-July. 1-1 inside corner.
Like the day-to-day here so far, we got 4 games throughout the complex on a daily basis for the PSCL. We get 2 of them, and then we get the power games on 4 of the days. I mean, it's a lot of baseball we have here. Like, Sam, we talk a lot.
Yes. That pitch is chopped down the first baseline, but foul. Still ahead of J.R. Freathy, 1-2.
And so that's why it's going to feel so strange, and it's going to I don't even know. It's going to be really weird once we get to that part of the year, and it's kind of crazy to say, like, okay, it's June 22nd. That's not that far away.
No, not at all. Oh, misses to Freathy, evens the count 2-2.
I feel like we're already settling in our groove here.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, bye. Like, it usually takes me about 20 games for me to find, okay, I'm locked in.
That one chopped down the first baseline, but foul again.
Good job by Freathy. He's looking for his second hit of the day after 3 runs driven in back in the first. But yeah, that's typically for me, once I hit the 15, 20 game mark, I'm like, okay, I got it. I'm back. I mean, obviously, I had the full high school season, 34 games this year, so I've already eclipsed that mark. But I'm sure for you, you'll start feeling it towards the end of the year, like, oh, okay, I'm starting to feel right.
Yeah. 2-2 swung on and missed by Freathy, so that'll retire the side here in the top of the 4th, but not before the Grizzlies strike for 1 more. They lead the Colonials 8-1. Bottom of the 4th now. The Grizzlies still leading the Colonials 8-1. Here to take you the rest of the way, it's Steve.
Thanks, Sam. Matt Cruz to lead things off here against Diego Avina. Oh, don't say it, Steve. Don't say it. I won't say it. 1 ball and no strikes. Diego Avina back out to the hill after Daishin Tanaka pitched just 1 inning today. He's still looking for his first strikeout. Sheesh. Back inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Matt Cruz has taken a lot of bad pitches today. Got a feel for him. He's been playing dodgeball all day. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. He kind of shoots one out towards second base, and Guerrero is there to make the grab. Or pardon me, Alex Carrillo is there to make the grab, and there's 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Grizzlies leading this 8-1.
You can dodge a wrench.
Yeah. You can take a walk.
Sure.
Brett Pitzer to the plate. He took over for the injured Avery Pascucci, who ran into a collision at second base earlier in the contest, was relieved by Pitzer. This will be his first trip to the plate. 1 out, none on. Takes one outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Hey, PSCL fans, don't forget coming up later today, Bombers and Chill. 11:30, the first pitch scheduled for that one. And then later tonight, it's the East LA Dodgers and the Power at 7:05. All the action right here on the Palm Springs Power YouTube channel. So again, Pitzer batting for the first time today. 2 balls and no strikes on him. Glad you're joining us here on this Tuesday morning, wherever you may be. Avina misses up, 3-0. This will likely be Avina's last inning of work, however long it lasts. It's a 4-pitch walk here to Brett Pitzer. Third of the day for Diego Avina. So with 1 on and 1 out brings up Jonas Dias. Dias, a soft line out to first base back in the 2nd inning. So he's searching for his first today. Down and in, 1 ball and no strikes.
Looks like we have a new first baseman. Michael Macias manning first now.
Michael Macias over at first. Thank you, Sam. Gets away from the catcher on a wild pitch to put Pitzer in scoring position. The Misters just kicked on here at Palm Springs Stadium. 8-1 Grizzly all the way since the very first inning. Got him to sort it, 2-1. Action ready in the bullpen here for the Grizzly. Harrison Nation is ready to go. He's been throwing the last 2 innings. High and tight with this one, 3 balls and 1 strike. Might be the last batter. You might give Diego Avina 1 more. Dias with an open stance in the right-handed batter's box. Runner at second takes a peek. Here's the pitch. And that's on the corner for strike 2. It's a full count. Three-two, chops softly towards short. Huff charging in, gathers, whips it, and there's 2 gone with the runner staying put at second base. Alex Nguyen now an opportunity to try and close the gap, as it were. Nguyen reached on an error back in the 2nd inning, so he's 0 for 1. Call it a strike. 4 runs in the first, 3 runs in the third, a run in the 4th for the Grizzly. The lone run for the Colonials came across in the 1st on an error, or rather in the 2nd on an error. Upstairs with this one, 1-1. Clouds giving us some grace still here today. Still haven't really fully seen the sun in full effect here on this Tuesday. 1-1 left over the plate, but he's going to get away with it. Fly ball right center field. Luttrell is there to put it away, and 4 batters faced here for Diego Avina. After falling behind on back-to-back batters, he's able to get out of the frame with no damage. Just a walk in the inning and a runner left stranded at second. 4 complete to the 5th. All Grizzlies 8-1. Closing in on 10:45 a.m. as we move to the 5th inning here in game 1 of our 3-game schedule today. Jason Duran will lead things off 1 for 1 with a single and a walk today. He's made it as far as second base twice, but has yet to been plated. It's all Grizzly in this one, 8-1. They have never trailed. As the first pitch slides down and in the dirt, this is a new arm on the hill, Luis Torres. 5'8", 190, the right-hander out of Mentone, California. That one catches the outside edge, 1-1. Again, we have a game coming up in 45 minutes. We usually wrap it up here about 11:10 or so. So don't know if we'll be able to get the full 7 in here for this. Have to really start moving at a quicker pace. In for a strike, it's 1-2. Maybe Luis Torres just heard me. The righty set, and the 1-2 offering. He's going to be bounced fouled on the third base line. Out in front of it that time was Duran. Mount San Jacinto College for Luis Torres out of Redlands East Valley High School, class of 19. Still 1-2 here on Duran. On its way. Poked out towards shallow center. Waiting for it. Making the grab is Matt Cruz. There's one away here in the 5th. Only 1-1-2-3 inning for the Colonials pitching staff here today. It came in the 2nd, courtesy of Colton Wolfing. Final line on Patrick Dixon, by the way, 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 run earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and a hit batter. Again, that's 1 inning, 1 hit, an earned run, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and a hit batter. So 1 gone for the catcher Bounds, who is 0 for 2 today. He'll take one up and away, 1 ball and no strikes.
Colonials are loving Torres on the mound.
Yeah.
They're trying to find something here.
Trying to find something to root for. It's been a rough day for the Colonials. Kind of all stemmed in that 3rd inning. Haven't had much to cheer about. That one's out of play. 2 strikes here on Irvin Bounds, I beg your pardon. The name is Bounds. Irvin Bounds. How's that? Just doing the gun thing. Good. Very good, Sam. This is an audio medium.
I didn't come to kill you, Mr. Bounds. I came to strike you out.
All right. 2-strike pitch, or rather that was a 1-1 pitch, I beg your pardon, in for a strike, so it's 1-2. Okay, you see a random body moving across the warning track. That's Patrick Dixon getting his poles in. 1-2. Nice stop by the opposing catcher, Alex Nguyen. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Slow roller towards short. Smith cuts it off. He's looked a lot cleaner since he had that rough 3rd inning.
I agree. He's starting to charge more confidently to these ground balls. None of them hit too hard to him so far. So
yeah, he's being more aggressive. Like it more. 2 up, 2 down for Connor Hennings, who is 0 for 2 with a pair of flyouts to center today. 8-1 Grizzly. We're in the top of the 5th with nobody on. Maybe it took Tyler just a second to wake up this morning. First pitch out in the air to left center. Once again, Cruz there. That's 3 flyouts today for Connor Hennings. Just the first 1-2-3 inning since the 2nd frame here today. To the bottom of 5, Grizzly maintain an 8-1 lead. Burke Streifman to lead things off for the Colonials.
Do a great job.
Thank you.
As a fellow broadcaster, I'm in Chicago. I'm a news reporter in Chicago, WGN.
Oh, nice.
Watching my son here today.
Great.
Well, yeah, you guys do a great job.
Thank
It's
you.
a really nice, nice setup you got here.
Thank you, man.
How long you been doing this for?
7 years.
7 years. Wow, you like it?
Keeps me going, man.
You like baseball? Obviously, right?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Steve.
Steve. Julian Cruz. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, man. Appreciate the kind words.
Yeah. You know, here in the heat doing your thing, man, it takes a lot of dedication.
Sliding this ball game to the last of the 5th. It's 8-1 Grizzly. As we head there, a new arm comes into the ball game. Harrison Nation takes over on the hill. First pitch lifted out to center field. Luttrell chasing back, and he'll put it away. Burke Steifman flies out to begin the 5th inning. Final line here today for Diego Avina. 3 innings, 2 hits, both of which were singles. Gives up an unearned run, 3 walks, and no strikeouts for him today. First offering to Hunter Graham is in for a strike. It's 0-1, so a 1-pitch flyout. And now it's 0-1 on Graham. Again, the Colonials' only run came across in the 2nd. Out of play off the end of the bat, it's 0-2. On its way. Swing and a miss. 3 pitches, waste no time, and Harrison Nation has his first punch out of the day. That's just the 3rd today for the Grizzly pitching staff.
Harrison Nation is a lefty with some snap to him. Those pitches are really, really getting some good movement in a short amount of time.
First left-handed arm we've seen today.
Yep.
This is the 7th combined pitcher. Top of the order now as Tyler Smith takes a strike at the knees, 0-1. We're here in Palm Springs, California. This is Grizzly Colonials. Game 1 of 2 for the PSCL with the power game later tonight. Line to left, it will not hang out and fall in front of Connor Hennings. So a 2-out single spoils the party here for Nation. It draws Philip Guerrero to the plate. Guerrero is 1 for 2 with a single. Just 2 hits, now 3 with that one for the Colonials in their offensive push today. 3 hits, 1 run, 4 errors for the defense. Thus far, they have left at least 1 runner on in every inning for a grand total of 5 today. First pitch to the screen, it's 0-1. When the Grizzly bat in their half of the 6th, to begin it, it'll be Alex Carrillo, 9-10-1 due up for the Green. Oh, 1 loop towards shallow center down for back-to-back singles with 2 outs. So Guerrero has a pair of knocks today. Speaking of knocks, now they're knocking on the door.
Yeah, I was just talking about earlier how we haven't seen too many 2-out hits. I mean, not ones that have ended up resulting in big rallies or anything continuing the inning much past that. But
all 3 hits today for the Colonials now with 2 outs.
Yep.
Wolchakowski fouls the first offering back, and it's 0-1. He had that one of the 2-out hits. That was back in the 3rd inning when he singled. Down and in with this one. 1-1 here on Wolchakowski. Sam, spell it without looking down.
Walczkowski.
Perfect, but you didn't say it before and after, so
Yeah.
ESPN spelling bee rules. Sorry.
Never been in the spelling bee myself.
Here's a ground ball sharply and into right field. Antonio Cruz coming up, throw in, the throw to the cutoff. They relay it to 3rd. The tag gets away. Coming in to score on the play is Tyler Smith, and the Colonials, with 3 straight 2-out knocks, have gotten back on the board and trail 8-2. I like that aggressive base running from Philip Guerrero.
I agree. At this point, it's worse to be complacent than it is to go ahead and put it all on the line. He went 1st to 3rd on a pretty sharply hit single. Not much time spent on the ground in the outfield.
First RBI of the season for Devin Wolchakowski. Puts him on the corners here with still 2 outs. So again, that's 3 straight with 2 down. Matt Anderson takes a strike. He's 0 for 2 today. 0-1. He's late on it on the outside edge. He's deep in the count at 0-2. Guerrero at third, Wojciechowski at first. No balls, 2 strikes. Nation looking for a second punch out. Here it comes. Tap foul. One and two now here on Matt Anderson, the extra hitter. Good discipline here from Matt Anderson. Count even at 2 apiece.
I'd like to mention there is a possibility they could call this game after this inning.
Potentially, we're closing in on 11 o'clock. 2-2 high chopper, going to be a tough play. Huff takes the chest high grab and nice and cool on over to first. The ground out to go 6-3. So that'll wrap up the 5th inning. A run across on 3 straight 2-out singles. And it's the Grizzlies still leading in this one 8-2. The umpires discussing time limit here. We are about to hit the 2-hour mark. We're currently at 1 hour 54 minutes. And it looks like we will continue to play. So the Colonials come out to the field after getting a run back here in the 5th. It's still all Grizzly. 8-2, we go to the 6th.
Hey, Steve, I don't have much pull in the sports department. I'm in the news department, but if I can ever be of any assistance, let me.
Moving this ball game now into the 6th. It's 8-2 Grizzly. Alex Carrillo will lead things off. 9-10 and 1 due up here in the inning against a new arm. Matt Anderson takes over on the hill. First pitch swinging into center field. Cruz is there. 1 pitch, 1 out. Luis Torres ends up getting relieved here today. He tosses 2 innings, gives up a run on a hit, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. In for a strike. This is Landon White. White 0 for 2 today. So foul back. I beg your pardon. Just 1 inning of work for Luis Torres with nothing. 1 inning, 0s across. Did the math on the fly. That's what happens when you don't prepare. Lesson to all. Anderson gets a swing and a miss. That's back-to-back quickly here with his first punch out of the day. Haven't even written down Matt Anderson's name yet.
Anyone got a Staples button?
Ha.
That was easy.
Thank you. You didn't have to spell it out for me.
Well, it's not just for you. It's. You know.
I think everyone got it. Come on, Sam.
Sorry, 90s babies don't think Staples is a household name anymore.
What? There's a ground ball to short. Nice and easy here in the 6th. The 1-2-3 frame. That's 7 in a row retired by the Colonials pitching staff. We go to the bottom of 6, and it's an 8-2 contest still in favor of the Grizzly. And it looks like, again, we're going to have another conversation. And we will wrap. It looks like we're going to wrap this one up. So that'll be a final score here today, just shy of the 2-hour mark. We finish it here in 1 hour and 58 minutes. So we end up playing that top of the 6th. And nicely done by Matt Anderson. He gets them 1, 2, 3 to finish off the ball game. They do end up dropping this one here today, however, as the Grizzly come away in 5.5 innings by an 8-2 final. Don't forget, coming up after this one, another ball game at 11:30. It looks like we will start on time for that one here today. That ball game coming up is Bombers and Chill. That's all coming up next. One last time, final score, Grizzly over the Colonials, 8-2 the final. We'll talk to you here shortly. For Sam Walters, I'm Steve Granado. We'll talk to you in a minute.